Today, we will speak about the top 5 facts about Louis Armstrong. Louis Armstrong has undoubtedly left a strong and lasting impression on modern music. Often referred to as the father of jazz, he revolutionized the way people listen to and play music. With his unmistakable vocals and solo style, he recorded some of the most influential jazz albums ever, performed nightly with unparalleled charisma, and had a long and fruitful career domestically and overseas. Although his road to success was a rocky one, after his death in 1971, he is remembered for not only his contributions to jazz music, but to American culture as a whole. Here are 5 facts about the man who shaped jazz music into what it is today. A tough childhood prevented Armstrong from finishing school. Louis Armstrong was born and raised in New Orleans, Louisiana, in an area called the Battlefield. His father left soon after his birth, leaving Louis's mother to be a sole caretaker. As a result of financial hardship, his mother often left Louis in the care of her mother while she turned to prostitution. Because of his familial situation, Armstrong was forced to leave school during 5th grade to begin working. He soon formed a strong relationship with a Jewish family who employed him, encouraged him, and even fed him. Louis was arrested at 11 years old. In 1912, Armstrong took a New Year's celebration to an unacceptable level when he fired his stepfather's pistol into the air. He was immediately arrested and then sent to the Colored Waifs Home for Boys. It was there he developed a passion for playing the cornet. He was mentored by Professor Peter Davis, who recognized young Armstrong's potential and taught him both music and strict discipline. Upon his release from the home, Armstrong continued developing his talent, eventually being mentored by Joe King Oliver, a leading cornet player in New Orleans. He recorded 60 of the most influential jazz records in history, all in the span of 3 years. Between 1925 and 1928, Armstrong cut more than 60 records with his band, the Hot Five. It was then that Armstrong single-handedly transformed jazz into a soloist's art. Unprecedented and daring swing rhythms, extremely high-pitched notes, and scat singing soon became the new norm for jazz music. He got into some trouble with the mob. Armstrong got tangled up with rival mob bosses who controlled the nightclub scene in New York and Chicago. As a result, Louis avoided these areas during the early 30s, hit the road, and ended up staying in California for a short time. Unaware of the continuing feud between bosses, Armstrong was threatened by gangsters when he returned to play in Chicago, ordering him to go to New York. Armstrong defied them, returning to the South, and shortly thereafter began touring Europe. His manager, Johnny Collins, proceeded to leave Louis stranded in Europe in 1934 after a heated argument. Armstrong chose to stay for the better part of 1934 to rest his lip, which was sore from belting high notes for years. Within a few months of his return to America, Armstrong's troubles disappeared with the help of a new manager, Joe Glasser, who was close with Al Capone. He was the first American jazz musician to write an autobiography. This accomplishment was one of Armstrong's many firsts. He was also the first African American to get featured billing in a Hollywood film and the first African American entertainer to host a national radio show in 1937.